Senior High School On-Air Academy. Unstoppable! Delivering you quality education amidst pandemic.
To defend school opening to October 5.
Unstoppable!
Giving you accessible learning platform anytime, anywhere.
Ng klase, whatever form it is.
Comprehensible!
Buckle up and get yourself ready.
I will repeat, then you will do it later on.
Accurate!
The sphere that includes all living
Today,
things.
we will be talking about rational functions.
Simplify.
This is Jaw speaking. How may I help you?
This is ZTED School Radio's Senior High School On-Air
On-Air
Academy. And now, here's your new episode for General Matibay.
Your guide in the subject General Mathematics. General Matibay.
General Matibay.
Tayo na!
In every problem, there is always a solution. We always hear that from our mathematics teachers, and it is indeed true. Just like what we are experiencing right now, we are facing a global problem, and we have that big hope that one day we can find solution to it and everything will be better. Great morning to our dear listeners. A great day full of hope for everyone. A great day for us to learn as we welcome our first episode in General Mathematics. On this episode, we will talk about functions and how to evaluate functions. I am your radio teacher, Queen Marlene A. Balimbin. It is a great privilege that you can join us in fun learning through radio. Are you excited? Do you already have your lecture notes and all the needed materials with you? If not, then you must get them now as we proceed to our lesson because we are about to start. Do not forget to sanitize your hands more often when touching things to add protection from spreading unknown viruses. I hope all is set and you are now free from distractions where you can clearly hear my voice as we start the broadcast for today's episode. Before we move on, let us check first your prior knowledge about our lesson for today. Can you still remember the concepts and functions? Please get your paper and pen and let us recall all together through question and answer.
Oh no!
Alright, let's begin. What rule shows correspondence from the elements of a set X to the elements of another set Y? A. Function. B. Factors. C. Fraction. D. Fractal. The answer is A. Function. Next, which of the following is not a correct form of expressing a function? A. D of x equals y plus 5. B. Y equals 3x plus 2. C. F of x equals 7x squared plus 5x minus 1. D. G of x equals x plus 24. The answer is A. D of x equals y plus 5. Because the notation d of x equals y plus 5 is an incorrect way of expressing a function because of the variable used is y instead of x. Third question. What type of function consists of a set of different intervals of x to define y? A. Piecewise function. B. Constant function. C. Linear function. D. Quadratic function. The answer is A. Piecewise function. Next, how do we evaluate a function? A. By finding the value to be substituted to the variable. B. By solving for the value of the variable that will make the function equal to 0. C. By substituting the given value to the variable and simplifying. D. By graphing the function on the Cartesian plane. The answer is C. By substituting the given value to the variable and simplifying. For the last question, on evaluation of function, what is f of negative 3 given f of x equals 2x plus 1? The answer is negative 5. Because if you are going to substitute negative 3 in f of x equals 2x plus 1, then f of negative 3 equals 2 times the quantity of negative 3 plus 1, resulting to negative 6 plus 1 equals negative 5. Count your score. Did you get the right answers? That's awesome! Keep it up! I hope you are already in a comfortable and safe place, ready to listen to our broadcast today. Before we formally start our lesson, let us hear some few reminders.
Tayo na!
Mari, narinig mo na ba ang tungkol sa online distance learning ng DepEd? Ano ba ito? Ay oo, Mari. Ang online distance learning ay isang pamamaraan kung saan maihahatid ng mga guro ang kaalaman para sa mga anak natin sa tulong ng teknolohiya gaya ng internet, laptop, computer, at cellphone. Ganun ba, Mari? Oo, Mare. Hindi magkakasama at magkakaharap ang mga estudyante at mga guro. Maaaring matuto ang mga bata sa pamamagitan ng online na pagkatuto. Isang mensahe mula sa kagawaran ng edukasyon at ng himpilang ito.
Wow! Indeed, you are ready. So, let us start. I know you already have a prior knowledge about relation and function when you were in junior high school. In our lesson today, we will dig deeper on how this topic can be useful in our daily life. To start with, let us study the difference between relation and function. A relation is any set of ordered pairs wherein all first elements of the ordered pairs are called the domain of the relation, while the set of all second element is called the range. Meanwhile, a function is a relation or rule of correspondence between two elements such that each element in the domain corresponds to exactly one element in the range. Another term we need to know about function is about piecewise function. A piecewise function is a function that contains at least two pieces, each of which depends on the value of the independent variable or domain. To further understand these terms, let us study some examples. Given the set of ordered pairs, let us determine which relations are functions. Say for example, the set of ordered pairs 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 3 and 4, 4 and 5. What do you think? Is the set of ordered pairs function or not? You were right! The given set of ordered pairs is a function because each element in the domain corresponds to a unique element in the range. Now, how about this one? The set of ordered pairs are 1 and 0, 0 and 1, negative 1 and 0, 0 and negative 1. What do you think? Is the set of ordered pairs function or not? You are right again! The set of ordered pairs this time is not a function because some values of x are duplicated as shown in the second and fourth ordered pairs, which is 0. There are also other forms in presenting the set of ordered pairs. It can be shown through table of values and mapping diagrams. If you are using the table of values, the entries on the first row are the values of x, while the entries on the second row indicate the values of y. On the other hand, a mapping diagram consists of two parallel columns, usually circles. Lines or arrows are drawn from domain to range. If you want to identify whether the given table of values or the given mapping diagrams are functions or not, we recall the definition of function, which is the element in the domain corresponds to exactly one element in the range. Can you still follow? I hope so! Now, if the relations are presented in graphs, can we identify if it is a function? Exactly, we can! We can use the vertical line test. But what is a vertical line test and how is it being used? A vertical line test is a method that is used to determine whether a given relation is a function or not. It is a vertical line cutting the graph of the relation. If any vertical line drawn passing through the graph intersects exactly one point, then the graph of the relation is a function. Did you understand, class? We can also see a lot of representation of functions in real-life situations. Can you think of a scenario where functions are used to model real-life situations? While thinking a scenario, let me present some examples as your basis. Here are some examples of relations that show function. Monogamous marriage, for example, in Christian countries, illustrates function. Do you agree? Yes, it is! We expect that a man marries only one woman, where there is faith and loyalty. Let's say John is the domain and Maria is the range. When there is faithfulness in their marriage, there will be one-to-one relationship, one domain to one range. Another example is the LRN or learner's reference number. We can say that it represents a function because one learner can never have two reference numbers. Now, can you give your own examples? Can you still follow, dear learners? Yes! We now move to piecewise function. Again, a piecewise function is a function that contains at least two pieces, each of which depends on the value of the independent variable or domain. Let us have an example. Are you ready? Yes! Okay, listen very well to the word problem. Driving lessons require a rental car fee of 500 pesos for the first 8 kilometers, and for every kilometer added charges an additional fee of 50 pesos. Express a piecewise function for this problem. I will repeat the given problem. Listen. Driving lessons require a rental car fee of 500 pesos for the first 8 kilometers, and for every kilometer added, charges an additional fee of 50 pesos. Express a piecewise function for this problem. The given problem is a piecewise function because it is built with two pieces of different functions. Ready? Based from the given problem, the first piece of function is f of x equals 500 if the given distance traveled is greater than 0 but less than or equal to 8 kilometers. While the second piece of function is f of x equals 500 plus 5 times the quantity of x minus 8 if the distance traveled is greater than 8 kilometers. Hence, the first piece of the piecewise function is f of x equals 500 if the distance traveled is greater than 0 but less than or equal to 8 kilometers. While the second piece of function is f of x equals 500 plus 5 times the quantity of d minus 8 if the distance traveled is greater than 8 kilometers. Did you understand? Very good! It seems that you can follow very well our lesson. Now, let us proceed on how to evaluate functions. Evaluating function is like playing games. Do you agree? Yes, it is. But does anyone from you have any idea on how to evaluate functions? That's nice. For those who forgot the process on how to evaluate functions, we may recall it. Are you ready? Yes! That is great. Let us begin. In evaluating functions, simply substitute or replace a certain variable with a given number or expression. Let us try to study some examples. Let us try to evaluate the function of f of x equals 5x plus 8 where x equals 2. Let us study the solution. The first step is to replace or substitute the variable x with 2 in the function f of x equals 5x plus 8. That is, f of 2 equals 5 times the quantity of 2 plus 8. Second step is to simplify the function from f of 2 equals 5 times the quantity of 2 plus 8 to f of 2 equals 10 plus 8. Then, f of 2 equals 18. Finally, we got the answer. The value of the function f of x equals 5x plus 8 if x equals 2 is 18. Very easy, right? Now let us try another. Let us try to evaluate the function f of x equals 2x squared minus 1 where x equals 3. Are you ready? Yes! The first step is to replace or substitute the variable x with 3 in the function f of x equals 2x squared minus 1. That is, f of 3 equals 2 times the quantity of 3 squared minus 1. Second step is to simplify the function. From f of 3 equals 2 times the quantity of 3 squared minus 1 to f of 3 equals 2 times the quantity of 9 minus 1. F of 3 equals 18 minus 1, then f of 2 equals 17. Finally, we got the answer. The value of the function f of x equals 2 times the quantity of x squared minus 1 if x equals 3 is 17. Wow! We are done! You did it well, dear learners! That was way too long, but I hope you managed to stay with us and enjoy! I hope that you grasp all the information needed for this lesson. At this moment, I know you are ready for a simple challenge in the form of a quiz. Oh no! Before the quiz, we shall have the recap of the lesson tackled. We have discussed a while back about functions and how to evaluate functions. If you are going to scan your notes, the difference of relation and function was pointed out earlier. Examples on relation and a function were also given. We have also discussed piecewise function and how to express a word problem into a piecewise function. Finally, we discussed how to evaluate functions.
Tayo na!
Wow! Adobong manok! Ang sarap naman ng ulam namin! Ang bango pa! Kainan na!
Hep hep hep? Buknoy, may nakalimutan ka ata.
Ha? Wala, kuya. Gutom na po ako, kaya kumain na po tayo.
Buknoy, nakalimutan mong maghugas ng kamay. Lagi mong tatandaan, bago kumain, ugaliin nating maghugas ng kamay. Ang wastong paghuhugas ng kamay ay isang epektibong paraan upang matanggal ang bakterya at germs na lumikit sa ating mga kamay. Ito ay makatutulong upang maiwasan natin ang pagkalat ng sakit sa ating paligid.
Sige po, kuya. Uugaliin ko na po ang wastong paghuhugas ng aking kamay bago kumain. Kainan na!
Ang kalusugan ay kayamanan. Isang paalala mula sa kagawaran ng edukasyon at ng himpilang ito.
I believe you are now ready for the quiz. I know you can do it since you really listened very well to our lesson.
Let's do this.
Let us start then. Okay, first item. A set of ordered pairs 3 and 3, 4 and 4, 5 and 5, 6 and 6, function or not? Your answer must be yes or no. Here is the second item. Can we say that one face mask represents a function? Again, your answer must be yes or no. Get ready for the third item. Listen carefully to the word problem about piecewise function. A mobile user is charged 250 pesos monthly for a mobile plan, which includes 200 free text messages. Messages more than 200 are charged 1 peso each. Represent the monthly cost for text messaging using the function T of M, where M is the number of messages sent in a month. Express a piecewise function for the given problem. I will repeat reading the problem. A mobile user is charged 250 pesos monthly for a mobile plan, which includes 200 free text messages. Messages more than 200 are charged 1 peso each. Represent the monthly cost for text messaging using the function T of M, where M is the number of messages sent in a month. Express a piecewise function for the given problem. Keep moving. This is now the fourth item. Choose the letter of the correct answer from the given choices. Given the function g of x equals 3x squared plus 7, find its value if x equals negative 3. A. 27, B. 34, C. 72, or D. 43. I repeat, given the function g of x equals 3x squared plus 7, find its value if x equals negative 3. A. 27, B. 34, C. 72, or D. 43. Finally, we are now on the fifth and last item. Given the function f of x equals x squared minus 2x plus 1, find its value if x equals 5. A. 16, B. 61, C. 1, or D. 15. I repeat, given the function f of x equals x squared minus 2x plus 1, find its value if x equals 5. A. 16, B. 61, C. 1, or D. 15. That ends the challenge. I know you have done your best. We will soon know your scores on the next episode, so keep tuning in. Thank you for staying with us until the end of the lesson and followed the tips and reminders.
Congratulations and celebrations.
If you have questions or inquiries about our lesson for this episode, feel free to message or call your teacher in general mathematics or your advisor or the numbers provided in your self-learning kits. The next lesson will be operations and functions. You can have an advanced reading. Until next episode of fun learning in general mathematics through radio. In the name of our script writer, Mrs. Els Grace P. Fabro, I am Queen Marlene A. Balimbin of Sdo Isabela Rbi production team. Have a wonderful day. Always remember that we can make our learning fun and easy if we have a positive mindset that we can do it. Stay safe and stay at home. God bless everyone!
Tayo na!
Patuloy ang edukasyon para sa ating henerasyon.
Sa daan ng pagkatuto ay walang may iwan.
Kaya halina sa Radyo Eskwela!
Okay class, maghanda na kayo para sa recitation natin sa araw na ito. Huhulaan nyo lamang ang pagkain sasabihin ko gamit ang mga clue. Handa na ba kayo?
Yes, sir!
Una, anong C ang kulay kahel at nakapagpapalinaw ng paningin?
Sir, candy, sir!
Naku, mali! Katunayan ang candy dahil nasa sobrang tamis nito ay nakapagpapabilis ng pagsira ng ngipin. Ang tamang sagot ay carrot.
Ah, okay po.
Sunod, anong M naman ang isang masustansyang inumin na nakapagpapalakas ng buto at mga kasukasuan?
Sir, alam ko po. M, as in, malamig na soft drinks nila Aling Nena.
Naku, mali anak. Ang tamang sagot ay milk o gatas. Ito ay mayaman sa calcium na kailangan natin sa ating malakas na pangangatawan. Hindi soft drinks ha? Malinaw ba?
Opo.
Katawan ay pangalagaan, palawakin ang kaalaman. Isang paalala mula sa kagawaran ng edukasyon at ng himpilang ito.
Ayun na, sa Radyo Eskwela. Ayun na, sa Radyo Eskwela. Tayo na!
Naku mare, nabalitaan kong magbibigay na daw ang mga guro ng learning modules. Ibig bang sabihin nito, tayo nang magtuturo sa mga bata? Ipinasa na nila ang kanilang trabaho. Wala na silang gagawin, samantalang tayo ang aako sa trabaho nila. Ano ba yan?
Ganito yan mare. Base sa pagkakaintindi ko sa nakaraang orientation sa DepEd, ang mga magulang ang gagabay sa pag-aaral ng ating mga anak bilang hindi pa naman pwede ang face-to-face na klase. Aalalay lang tayo sa gagawin ng ating mga anak habang sila ay nasa tahanan. May gagawin pa rin naman ang mga guro. Sila ang maghahanda at magbibigay wasto sa mga learning modules na gagamitin ng mga mag-aaral.
Ah, ganun pala yun mare. Magiging madali ang pagkatuto ng ating mga anak sa tulong at pag-alalay ng mga magulang. Isang paalala mula sa kagawaran ng edukasyon at ng himpilang ito.